Kelly, played by Millie Gibson, is living with Gary, Mikey North, and his wife Maria Connor, Samia Longcomban, at the moment after she found herself homeless in the lead-up to Christmas on Coronation Street. Over the past couple of years, the youngster has built a relationship with her father's killer, as he has had an immense sense of guilt for taking Rick, Greg Wood, away from his daughter. Though, they could both thread the line and embark on an affair in upcoming scenes on the ITV soap as the teenager plans to get her revenge on the supervillain. The youngster has been completely unaware for the past 2 years her father is even dead, as Gary convinced her he was living abroad after his criminal ways caught up with him. This made her angry at her father, and therefore, she has had to rely on Kelly Neelan, Kel Allen, to bring her up, albeit a horrendously bad way of doing so. Now she is under Gary's roof, there is more chance she is going to find out about Rick, as Maria knows the truth about what her husband did. He claims he did it for the greater good, and although it took some time for her to get her head around it, Maria believed her spouse killed for the right reasons. Though thinking they are on their own one evening, they could begin talking about Rick and his untimely death, not realizing Kelly is listening in. Tucked away in her bedroom, she could hear how her father was killed, where he was murdered, and how Gary has tried to make her life better because of his guilt. Usually, the teenager is quite hot-headed, but her reaction could be one of sorrow, knowing she will never see Rick again. Too emotional to confront the pair, she could cry herself to sleep as she is finally allowed to grieve for the man who raised her. However, just like her father, she could be intent on getting her revenge on Gary, as she thinks his actions can't go without consequences. The first step in her plan would be to begin flirting with him so they can build a stronger relationship, but she would only do this whilst they are alone together. Once she thinks he has seen her in a new light, she could make her move and seduce Maria's husband as her revenge falls into place. Step 2 would be to make Gary's wife believe he is having an affair, which would ultimately end their marriage, as she knows he has a habit of lying. With his world crumbling around him, this would lead to the final part of Kelly's plan as she takes her chance to kill him. As Gary's body is found, the youngster would finally have avenged her father's death by getting rid of his killer once and for all. The residents of Weatherfield would mourn for their friend and neighbor, but the teenager could make it public knowledge what the former villain did, including murdering Rick and having an affair behind Maria's back. Speaking with Express.co. UK and other media, the actress who plays Kelly, Millie, teased her character's reaction to Rick's death. The soap star explained she knows Gary is feeling bad, as she stated, "I think it's just the home situation. She's a proper house hopper. She is grateful for any open arms. She wouldn't have gone through any of this without Gary, so he is feeling that guilt." Teasing her alter ego's reaction when the secret is exposed, she said, "I think she's in a very fragile mindset. The more you watch, you think it can't get worse, but it does. She's on her last legs, putting her hope into Gary. If it came out, it would be the final straw." How well do you know your British soaps? How many times has Ian Beale been married in EastEnders? What is the name of Bianca Jackson and Ricky Butcher's son on EastEnders? On EastEnders in 2002, who accidentally ran Jamie Mitchell over in his car, which caused his death? How many times has Corey's Steve McDonald been married? What happened to Emily Bishop in Coronation Street? Who murdered Maxine Peacock in Coronation Street in 2003? Which incident in 1993 killed off 4 characters in Emmerdale? When did the show stop being known as Emmerdale Farm? On what day did Hollyoaks air its first episode? What was the name of the much-loved Coronation Street pet dog who was put down in April 2020 after 14 years? 1996 saw the arrival of one of Hollyoaks' all-time bad boys and rival of Kurt Benson, but who is he? Who is the longest-serving character on Coronation Street? Who shot Phil in EastEnders? How many fires have there been at Corey's Rover's return? Get out of my pub, you're no soaps fan. You're either too young to remember the big lines or have better things to do on weekday evenings. Casual viewer, you watch them sometimes so you kinda know what's been going on. Die-hard fan, you love watching the soaps so much your entire week is planned around when they air. If she did find out, she'd have a mindset of how her blood has treated her over the years, the actress continued. People like Stu, Carpenter, Imran, Habib, and Toya Battersby are no relation to her and have done so much more. If she found out that Rick was dead, she'd think he wasn't that much use anyway, but at this time it would push her over the edge. With this in mind, and having already shown herself to be quite hot-headed, she could kill Gary just because she knows someone needs to pay for the pain she has been through. But as her crusade against the former villain continues following his death, will anyone realize she was the one who took him out? In another interview last year, the actress also stated there needs to be a conclusion to Rick's death as it has been left open at the moment. The soap star explained, "I think Kelly definitely needs a close on that story. It sort of ended up with Kelly drifting away and getting involved in other problems. She kind of forgot why she turned up. She definitely needs to wrap that up. I think it would be good if she was the one that caught Gary," she told Digital Spy. So could this be the beginning of the end for the youngster as her crimes see her sent away to jail if she does kill Gary?